Please allow us 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, as we set the stage for our next session. Just 2 minutes. And to kickstart the discussion, I would like to warmly welcome on stage our esteemed moderator, Mr. M V Reddy, Senior Vice President and Head Cloud Services, Jio Platform. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause. Welcome, sir. With his extensive experience and deep understanding of cloud technology, Mr. Reddy will lead us through the discussion today. Joining Mr. Reddy on stage are our distinguished panelists, each bringing a wealth of expertise and perspective to the conversation. To start with, please join me in welcoming Mr. Kiran Sangita, CEO and MD, Sales Software Solutions. Welcome, sir. Let's give a warm round of applause to Mr. Rahul Singh, Principal Solution Architect, Vincentio Technologies. Mr. Rahul Singh, are you there with us? Maybe he'll join us a little later. Next, please help me welcome Mr. Mayur Yambal, Chief Platform Officer, iauro. Let's also welcome Mr. Durga Prasad Mudragada, Founder and CEO, Bigdatamatica. Welcome, sir. So I would now hand over to Mr. M V Reddy to lead the discussion further. Thank you so much.
First of all, I would like to congratulate Naipunya Foundation. It's the Naipunya Foundation for conceptualizing and conducting this AI and Cloud Summit in Vizag. It's a good thing. I can see a lot of participants from outside Visakhapatnam. It's not just a summit, it's contribution from industry and academia. It's very nice to see this. So today Visakhapatnam, right? I see this like emerging tech hub in the country today. I used to see about FinTech Festival of Vizag or cyber security event, but this is the third event, AI and Cloud Summit. I can say this is one of the new feather in Vizag's cap. For me, Vizag is like a most beautiful city in the country. I grew up here. I am from Visakhapatnam, brown brought up here. Always love to come back to our own native place and try to contribute what best you can do. I currently work for Jio Platforms. I lead cloud business for Jio. I'll just park it. I'll explain what Jio does in cloud. Okay. But for us, today the topic is innovation. What is innovation, right? So innovation is a key contributor for any country, for any industry, for organization. For example, we go buy a ticket and watch a movie. So watching a movie, or go to a restaurant and eat something. Same thing, you watch a movie on Netflix, it's coming a digital economy. Same thing, it's on Swiggy or Ola, Uber. So UPI, probably mostly pandemic. Okay. All the technology, whatever we are spending today, was coming to digital. Earlier it was all small silo transactions. Because of UPI, because of the technology, supported by connectivity with telco providers, 5G, 4G, 5G here, entire economy has become digital economy for India. That's a transformation we have seen, especially in the last 3-4 years post-pandemic. So coming to what we do at Jio. Right? When Jio was started, our chairman, Mr. Mukesh Ambani, said only one thing. We are not starting a telco company. We are going to build a digital India, right? Okay. We are supposed to build two different entities. One, create a digital infrastructure, like what we see, 3G, 4G, 5G infrastructure or fiber, Jio fiber, what you see. Number two is digital solutions. Yes, today Jio, what we see 5G, the entire technology stack of 5G is completely built by Jio engineers. So we have more than 20,000 plus engineers work in our Jio Platforms. Jio Platforms is a parent company. We are not a telco company, we are a platforms company. Telco is part of our overall business. Okay. It's in-house developed. I think probably one of the fastest rollout of 5G globally. Next, what we do is digital solutions. We have thousands of people working to build digital solutions for our own businesses for digital India. Yeah, our manufacturing, right? Entire the technology what we use is built on cloud, transferred to cloud, and we use AI everywhere. Whether it is our retail or financial services, or the solutions what we built for health, or agriculture, or Jio Meet, all these things are in cloud with using technology, or AI or ML technologies. Yeah. How we did? We did with technology collaborations with Microsoft, Google, and customized for Indian requirements. We have built our own operating system for India. So one of the big good thing what Jio has done in cloud is in partnership with Microsoft, we have built our own public cloud for India. It's called Jio Cloud in partnership with Microsoft. It comes under Indian sovereignty law. Today coming to our current topic, right? I think I participated in several tech seminars. Okay, a lot of panel discussions. This is one panel discussion I can see. I have people from various industries with relevant experience, very distinguished panel members. Okay. Without not taking much time, I would request all the co-panel members to introduce themselves. Then I'll start with questions for each of them. Please. Prasad.
Am I audible? Yeah, hi. This is Durga Prasad. I represent Bigdatamatica. So I was the founder and I was having like 20 years of experience in IT industry. So I worked as a vice president in London and a couple of other companies like Deloitte and other companies. So right now we are implementing AI chatbots. Especially we are also integrating the latest generative AI as well with the latest trends like humanoid integration, like 3D virtual assistant and other very good features. So we are right now serving some clients in Ministry of Defense and Ministry of Ports and continuing our journey. Thank you.
Thanks, Prasad. Prasad also is from Visakhapatnam.
Hey, hi everyone. Myself Rahul Singh, and I'm a principal solution architect at Vincentio Technologies. Given my experiences like in most of the cloud-based MNCs like Ericsson, NCL Technologies, I spent like around 12 years, summarized total, in the industry. And like my role is like I now started my own startup, and it's like we help people to get onto the cloud and onto the right cloud platform. Like there are like a lot of different cloud platforms existing today, right? AWS, Azure, and all. So we help people to get on the right cloud platform and then strategize if they want to have a multi-cloud solution and those kind of things. So yeah, that's a brief overview. Thank you.
So thanks, Rahul. So Rahul comes from Pune, right?
All right, I'll go next. Hi everyone, this is Kiran Sangita. I am founder, CEO of a company called Sales Software Solutions. It's a company that's based out of Vizag. I started this company along with 7 of our colleagues around 8 years ago. Initially, we were a startup, doing a product development for the cloud. And my experience prior as well has been developing cloud solutions for a long time, right? So I was heading IBM center over here, and then at that time I said, all right, I need to take this entrepreneurial journey. We started this, we got a funding of $1 million, and then we exhausted that, and then we had to pivot. Now we do have a team of around 200 folks, mostly based out of Vizag, all into core software development, helping our clients build the cloud products, right? And recently we've been helping and coaching and guiding them to adopt or adapt a lot of these AI solutions, again in a progressive manner. So that's where we are. We have some of our team members over here, very capable team, and I think we are proud to say that we are based out of Vizag and to have such an excellent team over here.
Thank you. Good to know.
Hello everyone. I am Mayur, Chief Platform Officer at iauro Systems, which is Pune-based custom software development company. So I have 15 plus years of experience in enterprise platform building, including web and mobile applications. Our core area of expertise include cloud-native, scalable, secure platforms for funded startups or enterprises, having a core focus on data, AI, ML, and nowadays Gen AI.
Thank you. So I'd like to take first question. So it will be a common question to all of you. Okay. So I'd like to ask how cloud is driving the innovation using deep technologies.
Okay. So I think to start with, I would like to check what deep tech is really, right? So, deep tech is actually a problem-solving approach where there is a advanced science involved, where there is a design thinking and there is a engineering approach. So, while doing this in deep tech, usually we apply a principle of DBTL, which is actually a design, build, test, and learn. So, learn while failing fast. And while solving these complex scientific problems, we need to repeat this process in circle multiple times. Like we need to design, build, test, and again learn, and again design. Right. So in order to do this, we need to spend a lot of energy into it, a lot of efforts, money, and cost will be cost is involved. And in pre-cloud era, I would say this can be only be done by large enterprises. They can afford it to do it. But in the advancement of cloud, with the advancement of cloud nowadays, a lot of these resources are readily available, which are accessible easily. For example, for implementing these deep tech solutions, we require compute, memory, we require a lot of storage. And all these things are readily available. We can just access it with plug and play. We can switch it on and off. And along with this, like there are a lot of managed services which are available from different cloud providers. And these services includes which are like managed databases are there. There are scalable aspects with Docker and Kubernetes. And there are a lot of other managed services which are related to AI and ML or data science or data management. Because of these easy accessibility of all these managed services, and we can plug and play and switch on and off these whenever required, I feel whenever we are solving a complex problem, we can focus on that problem, and a lot of other basic stuff is which is already solved. So we can give us a leverage that we can focus on complex problem and innovate more. This is how I feel cloud is driving the innovation in deep tech.
Thank you, Mayur. Can you take the same question?
So I'm going to give an anecdote on this and probably get to the points. So when I earlier mentioned about having a startup, and there we were building a search engine / model to kind of connect the different skills that somebody possesses, therefore identifying a potential candidate who doesn't have the skill but with close proximity. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we had $1 million in funding, we had a lot of developers, we spent around 12 months doing that exercise, and ultimately there wasn't enough traction, so we run out of money. Right now, and we had cloud at that time. Right now, what this deep tech has done now, right, with the models coming in that are available, it's been a lot more democratized, right? So now your pace of innovation has really changed. If we had the same tech team that is currently backing all of the cloud providers right now, we would have been able to get that done, probably in a couple of months, thus saving a lot of money, thus providing a lot more. So, and right now it's earlier, prior to all of this being available on the cloud, all of this tech was very specifically focused on specific countries, and also companies, right, which have large pockets. Now it's become a lot more democratized. And right now, we can talk about innovation coming from educational sectors and institutions over here, students just passing out. So there's a lot of that has definitely helped. The cloud kind of bringing in some of these capabilities has incrementally helping, and more importantly, the time to market itself of a particular solution or a product itself has dramatically reduced. Thus, to the point, you succeed or fail fast.
Right. Thank you. Thanks. Rahul, can you answer from your perspective?
So my perspective is a bit different. I don't think it's the cloud is helping the startups. cloud, if you're not, if you are coming up with some idea, some innovative idea, and you're not using cloud to, grow that idea at a faster pace, then I don't think in today's situation you can, beat your competition, right? So cloud is not helping anymore. Cloud is the need, and you definitely need to, start up with the cloud. And then, of course, there will be challenges in choosing like which cloud and all those things. But I guess it is the dire need of the present situation, and you definitely need to start working on the cloud from day one itself, right? It's not that like I've seen a lot of people, they come up with certain idea, they start using infrastructure which is not that much reliable, right? You use your own laptops, PCs, they can crash at any time, they can have resiliency problems, right? So that is the problem number one. And then there is the second problem, which is the scale, right? If let's say your idea is like, people go crazy about your idea, right? And you want to scale quickly. You cannot do it in a traditional data center or anything, right? So if you are on cloud, you can like quickly scale it, quickly manage it, and it will help you move faster. And then there's this third aspect of it, that apart from scaling, it is giving you the protection which you need, right? So the cloud providers have like multiple data centers. Your data is not sitting in a particular region, in a particular data center. So your data is always protected, and the loss of data is something which you won't have on a public or on a major public cloud provider, right? So that's why I would urge everyone sitting here, right? Whatever your idea is, whatever your level is as of now, in terms of startup, it could be a 1-year startup, 2-year startup, whatever it is, right? From day one, you should try to use the cloud platform for all your computing needs, right?
Very strong advocacy on cloud. Thanks, Rahul. Yeah, Prasad, please share your perspective. I think I'd like to add my comments. Let Rahul please finish here. Please finish, Prasad.
Yeah, so basically that's what it's very comfortable. For example, if you are a startup and if you want to try latest technologies, right? So it's very much handy. You can take some credits as a startup, okay? And you can start running LLMs, or you want to try new technologies like quantum AI or quantum computing or Copilot, right? So such type of new technology if you want to try. So this can be like easily can be done, okay, with the help of the credit. That's what we have done actually. Initially we got some credits, and we could try different models, LLM models, and different aspects of different databases like vector databases, and trying with the other services as well, which are like easily available. So in that scenario, I think it's very much important. Yeah.
Thanks, Prasad. Just to add. So just to add, right? So depending on the application, right, you should suggest whether it's public cloud or private cloud. Some applications may suit only private cloud, especially banks, government, defense, this kind of things. Some it will be a combination of public and private clouds. So at Jio, what we did was we have built a HCMP platform. It's a hybrid cloud management platform. Okay. Because of our own use, we understood that it's a very pain for a CIO or a CTO, right? Some workloads run on AWS, some works on on-prem, some workload is on a private cloud, okay, some is on public Azure. So we designed a system, it's a single platform, it's a hybrid cloud management platform. A lot of other companies do have, but we have built for our own requirement. So with a single platform, I can actually increase the workloads, reduce the workload, a single pane of glass to see what's happening, where my infrastructure is, how many licenses, where consumption is happening, with a lot of restrictions. So that's one of the contributions by Jio for our own requirement. So moving on. Mayur, this question for you. You are a chief platform officer for your company, right? You lead a lot of digital transformations. So I'd like can you walk us through the entire audience, right? Especially in digital transformation when you drive on innovation using deep technology. Can you give us some use cases actually, which you have delivered for your large customers?
Yeah, definitely. So being in that's the advantage I would say, being in a custom software development company. I got to work on multiple ideas from different enterprises. And those are innovative ideas. So we build product for them. So I would like to share a couple of use cases where we have used the deep learning or Gen AI as well at some extent. So we worked with one of the big European telecom company where we have built the network operation platform for them. So the idea was they wanted to improve the efficiency of their network operations, and they wanted to be like instead of being a reactive approach, they wanted to have a proactive approach or predictive approach for solving the issues which are happening across the network. So what happens in telecom is like there are thousands of sites which are deployed across the country, and on those sites there are thousands of network elements which are deployed or installed, and those network elements are continuously creating some alarms. Whenever any failure happens on some network, there are lots of alarms which are getting created, and those alarms are like millions of alarms get created in a day. And there is a huge data, like we work with 1 terabyte of data per day, and these alarms get generated, and we need to know human can find out what is the RCA of those alarms. This is beyond our capacity, so we need some platform where we can analyze those alarms and we can have a proper resolution after those alarms in order to make sure that networks doesn't go down. So what we did is we built the low-code data platform for them, and this platform connects to different data sources of all those network elements, and it pulls the different data which is required, like site information, or there are network information, network element information, or there are different alarms which are getting streamed. We need to listen to those alarms and we need to process those alarms. So we have built the data platform. There is a data pipelines which are implemented. Those data pipelines then stores that data, process the data, and transforms the data and stores into the data lake. So once those alarms are stored into the data lake, then we need to do the correlation of those alarms. So here we have used the deep learning, where we have algorithms like a priori algorithm for correlation, and there are recurring neural networks which are being used for identifying the similar patterns between the different alarms which are generated, and we need to identify the correlation set. So so then the problem becomes smaller. Like there were millions of alarms which are coming. Now there were a few thousands of correlation sets out of those millions of alarms, and then those correlation sets are passed for the ticket creation. And also we try to identify the RCAs, or of what should be the RCA of those correlation sets. And then we can also have a predictive analytics or analysis before generating an alarm. We can predict whether there will be an alarm in such situation. So that is also implemented, where we can predict the alarms which are coming in future. And this is one step. The third stage is where we can resolve those alarms as well automatically, instead of assigning a ticket to any human being. So here we are using the Gen AI, where we can identify the patterns. Like if this correlation set was performing these steps to resolve, then we can ask the Gen AI that what should be the steps. So we can generate the workflow of those steps, and then we can just showcase to the network operations support engineer just to confirm whether he wants to run those steps. He doesn't need to create or run manually all the steps, right? So here we are using the Gen AI to generate the workflows. So because of this, what happened is we have helped that company to improve the efficiency almost by 60%. So this is the one. Another use case is for the one of the biggest fiber optic cable manufacturer in India. So they wanted to have the surveillance platform where they spread that fiber optic cable at the borders, and they want to track the activities beyond that or near that fiber optic cable. So they have the sensors installed into that wires, and those sensors are generating data whenever there is some activity happening near the fiber optic cable. So that data is being again sent to the analysis platform, where we are having a deep learning algorithms to analyze those data and showcase those into the dashboard. So these are some of the use cases.
Thanks, Mayur. Question to Kiran. So all of us know DeepTech is an expansive avenue of technology which government and private stakeholders are currently exploring. You are in the product development services side. Okay. So what are the key developments which you are seeing, and how your customers are leveraging cloud to bring innovation in deep tech?
And thank you for the question. This is a question that I encounter almost on a daily basis when I talk to potential customers. The first challenge is obviously to identify the use case where you would adopt, right? And different kinds of AI that's been talked about throughout the day. The first and the easiest way where people want to test it is, can I provide insights directly from the data in an interactive manner, right? This is where exposing data via a chat within the application, asking in natural language questions, that has been implemented in a few of the products that we support for our clients. That has drastically improved the customer satisfaction, because now, rather than a customer or the user of the application having to navigate through complex menus, they are able to ask applications naturally, and they get the insights that they're looking for. From there, they take the appropriate action, right? That's one immediate use case that is implemented by a lot of applications. The second, this is that's one extreme, right? There's another extreme. We work with a life sciences, a company which is in the life sciences, and these are companies which manufacture really complex microscopes and sample analysis tools, right? They collect a lot of data at a millisecond level, at a microscopic level. Right now, some of this, there is this equipment which costs around $1 million, right? And it's able to take pictures at a miniature or in microscopic level. Now, these scientists who use these typically on the pharmacy side, pharmacy manufacturing companies which do research on developing new medicines and so on, they look at how a particular chemical or whatever the compound that is, it is kind of helping. Now, what I was told in this, there's a tool that we built which helps these guys, right? A researcher would do a research, and then they would select using a mouse all the way through, and that while the experiment would only be 5 minutes, just the whole selection process and processing this would probably initially would have taken them 4 days, right? Now with this tool that we built, we along with the client, right, it's a collaborative exercise, they were able to quickly select a sample, and they would select 4 samples, right, and this application, they would press a button, and all of that work of actually selecting manually, they would be done in 5 more minutes. So it's in a fraction of a second. These are the kind of powers that would if the right use case is found, those are the kind of areas where we are helping our clients.
Thanks for sharing how you are actually driving innovation in research of your customers. So coming to Rahul, actually we touched upon cloud, and I also mentioned about multi-cloud, hybrid cloud. Today, most of the organizations use hybrid cloud to drive innovation and technology, especially for you when you're talking about startups, right? So why do you think startups should adopt cloud, and what are the advantages of moving to cloud for them, especially startups? I see a lot of young startups in this one.
Right. So basically, as a startup, the core thing is that the team is very small, right? You cannot have like one person doing each and everything, right? The team is very small. So you need to focus on what you are innovating rather than focusing on what you need for that particular innovation, right? So when you're cooking food, you need raw material, you need your LPG cylinder, right? You need your stove, everything is required, right? But if you focus on getting them, when will you act as a chef and come up with some brilliant dish, right? So similar manner, cloud platform is there for you. So you are focusing on your innovation rather than focusing on how to get it done, right? So that is the advantage which the cloud platform adds to you. And then the another good advantage which cloud can give you is like if it is a normal computing requirement like normal CPU, RAM, normal virtual machines, you can use anything to execute your instructions, or if you are doing some AI modeling or something, you can use those resources, right? How about complex functions, right? Kubernetes as a service. How about just serverless computing? So serverless computing, I'll give you a brief. Like you have a code, there is no dedicated server or there is no dedicated virtual machine running your code. Whenever the website or the your application feels the need to run that code, it is just run for that particular amount of time, like let's say 2 seconds, 3 seconds. So these are like very advanced features, like which need a huge amount of investment in terms of computes, as well as huge amount of investment to come up with this type of functionality. So like public cloud providers already have come up with those functionalities. So the intent here is that you go ahead and just start using them, and move and focus towards your innovating idea which you are working on. So that is why like cloud is important for these startups to start.
Thanks, Rahul. This question to Prasad. So cloud computing and AI are shaping India's digital technologies, digital landscape dramatically, right? So what are the emerging trends under large umbrella of AI or conversational AI technology?
The main advantage is like you need to go for a cloud, I can say, is like as per my experience. So if you take a project end to end, right? So if it's a data engineering and analytics project, so you'll be having data coming from unstructured data, streaming data, structured data, right? Batch data, IoT data. So you need to manage, extract all the data and put it in one place, a data lake or like delta lakes, any type of format you can do. Before that, you need to do data engineering, right? You will be creating multiple layers, like cleansing the data, moving the data into delta lake, and later after that, like you can summarize the data. Okay, initially the data is raw data. That data you can use for the machine learning purpose or analytics purpose. Next, you can clean the data and summarize it. Right? That summarized data, you can do analytics on that. You can integrate with any analytics dashboards like Power BI or anything. Right? So that is one stream. The another stream is like if you want to do sort of analytics or machine learning. For example, if you take Databricks, right? It supports like data engineering and also analytics as well. Like you can build models as well. Right? The same way, like the other part is like automation, CI/CD, like DevOps. You need to create Docker images. You need to orchestrate those images based on the scaling. If the data is coming huge, or if you want to provide access to multiple users, it should scale up or scale down. So that is another aspect. The other aspect is the security. Security and compliance is very, very important these days. Like if you take GDPR, right? So GDPR or CCPA or any type of healthcare HIPAA. So these also should be taken care of. It's not just building the model or cleaning the data. So all these considerations should be there. If you are building a model, it should be regularly retrained to improve the accuracy or relearn the model, relearn the data to get good accuracy, good responses. So these are all the different aspects in an architecture, end-to-end project. So these things, if you try to manage in an on-premise, it's very difficult to integrate all these things in your environment. Tomorrow, the load increases, right? It's not easy, like to scale up horizontally or vertically. So in that scenario, cloud is like awesome, actually, right? So that is one aspect. And coming to the latest technologies, coming to conversational AI, you might already know that ChatGPT, Gemini AI, like they're booming like anything, right? So using those aspects, you can do a lot of integrations. Actually, for example, if you can make a transactional chatbot where you can ask questions related to any customer inquiries, sort of thing, integrate with the database, or you can integrate with LLMs. Like for example, if you want to ask any general questions, right? So you can integrate that chatbot with LLMs as well, right? Or else if you want to use different PDFs or Word documents or any type of repository of the company or a specific domain. So you can use like ChromaDB or any type of vector databases, and you can particular question you can ask, you can get it immediately. So there are a lot of aspects, like not just answering your question, you're doing transactional, you're intelligently answering that, and you're also taking your company's documentation, right, the journals, manuals, SOPs, and trying to answer questions on those as well. So there are a lot of aspects, right? Coming to this after that, like it can be interactive as well, like we integrate with a voice sort of integration. You can ask in like audio based, you can ask questions, or a humanoid sort of integrations, right? So these are all the different aspects. Parallel to that, recently I was seeing Azure Copilot, right? You can ask any type of questions related to infrastructure, costs, or anything in the chatbot, right? So that is quite amazing. The same way GitHub Copilot. So it suggests right coding, right? It's like a helper for you. It's like a code developer for you. It suggests how to code, what is the best practices, what are the suggestions, what are the functions you can use. So these are all the different things moving forward actually, like quantum computing, like happening recently, they had embedded a chip in the brain, like where little handicapped people, they can, by thinking they can interact with any of these devices actually. So these are all the different ways I can see moving forward. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Prasad. So I have a message from organizers to wrap up in 2-3 minutes. It's the last question. It's like a rapid fire question to all of you can take. So just give a brief viewpoint on future of deep tech and how cloud computing can be enabler.
I think as most of the things were covered in earlier sessions, so there are a lot of talk about artificial general intelligence and people are like thinking whether the AI become conscious or sentient AI also we are talking about. But frankly, I would feel that there is a huge there is a distant future here. I will not maybe. Artificial general intelligence will not happen in immediate period of time, but definitely there will be specific models which are trained to solve the specific problems. Like for example, we can have a model for just driving a car, we can have a model for just detecting the cancer, and they will do it very much accuracy. So that is definitely going to happen, but AGI is a long journey.
Thank you.
So I think around a year ago, when Satya Nadella released this video about Copilot, we were all listening to it, and I was listening to it to understand and grasp the enormity of it and how it would change our lives, right? And I was repeating, I was trying to digest it and listening to it over and over again, and my daughter, who was sitting on the other side of the room, she listened to me and listening to it, and she said, hey, with this, all of our lives will just be interacting with the computer, not just talking to it, not necessarily. And I think that in a generation, that's what they would expect. And in my view, all of us who are building applications need to be ready for that transformation, and the cloud providers are going to be taking us there by giving the necessary tools that are needed for it. However, there is other side of it where there is too much power with too few people, like Microsoft, Amazon, and so on, AWS, and so on. That's again that needs to be considered as well as we get into the future.
Thank you. Rahul, you'd like to share a quick perspective?
So I would share one very small different perspective. If you talk about deep tech and cloud computing, they go hand in hand. That is very true. Everybody knows it, right? But one thing which I feel like at least nobody is working on, or I feel like very few people are working on, that deep tech also needs to enable the cloud platform itself, right? Yeah. So the deep tech also needs to enable the cloud platform itself. So we have a cloud. It has certain set of features, but even the cloud platform needs to evolve itself, right? And if we, implement deep tech on the cloud platform itself, right, it will also evolve at a much faster pace rather than the given pace as of today, right? We are stuck at Kubernetes as a service and orchestrating the cloud, and that's it, end of story. Nobody is looking at, operating from one cloud to the other cloud, right? Tomorrow, if something happens to Google guys, right, their data center goes away, what can you do? You need to have deep tech help you move between the clouds, first thing, and then the second thing is to help the cloud operators, grow in future with more and more features at much faster pace.
Yeah. Thanks, Rahul. Prasad, your quick perspective.
Yeah. Basically, that's what one is explained by AI, where we should be able to clearly explain what the model is doing, how the data is the data correct or not, right? That is one of the important aspects moving forward. Second thing is for startups, basically, you should definitely try a cloud, take one cloud and try all the options. It's easy and you've got a lot of videos on the internet. You can, that's a very good option because you got a very limited option with your laptops, right? So that can be an option for you. So I suggest to go for any sort of cloud, not specific actually, for startups. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Prasad. I think it's really wind up. Thanks all of you. I think I'd like to thank all the panelists for sharing their views and their perspective. Thank organizers for giving us opportunity and Sridhar and his team. Thank you so much. I hope audience will think this session more informative. Panelists are available. You can take questions offline. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. As we draw to a close on our enriching panel discussion on driving innovations in deep tech using cloud, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all our esteemed speakers for their impeccable contributions. Thank you so much. And to do the honors and felicitate the speakers, I would like to invite Mr. Murli Chirala from Falcon X to please join us on stage. Mr. M V Reddy, please accept our token of appreciation. Yes, it's Thank you, Mr. M V Reddy, Mr. Kiran Sangita, Mr. Rahul Singh, Mr. Mayur Yambal, and Mr. Durga Prasad Mudragada. Thank you so much for your contribution and your insightful participation.